I'll ask a few questions. When you are studying in class 12, how many years back, whether your college, how many of you felt that you're going to fail your 12th board? பயமா இருந்தது 12th ஃபெயில் ஆக போறேன்னு சொல்லி யாருமே இல்லையா? Everybody were confident 12th na I'm going to pass. It was only a question about 75 or 85 or 95 or it was a question of that. 10th board யாருக்கு பயமா இருந்தது நான் ஃபெயில் ஆக போறேன்னு சொல்லி யாருக்குமே பயமா இல்லை. கரெக்ட். ஸோ ஸ்கூலில் படிக்கும்போது we were never scared of failing our 10th or 12th board exams. Correct. But the minute you enter the CA course, how many of you are scared that you might fail? Why is everyone raising your hand? You have not even entered the course yet. Maybe some of you foundation route, some of you direct enter. It is because the market around the course gives you that fear. Gives you that fear or hype create பண்ணும்ல. Only if you create a hype when new star movies releasing first day, only if there is hype and marketing, first day tickets, everybody will be houseful, everybody will go watch. Correct. The whole point of CA course is the hype around it. And the reason is one thing what everyone does not do. See, about the subjects, 8 subjects, group wise, you will get to learn slowly. But I want your mindset to be clear. That is the most important thing. Mindset is what I'm focusing on. In school, how many of you wrote unit test 1, unit test 2, unit test 3, quarterly, half yearly, pre-board, model exam? So many model exams. Nariya exam எழுதிருக்கும். Correct. Even if you have not prepared, you would have written all those exams. Correct. But when it comes to CA course, the one biggest mistake which everybody does, one biggest mistake which my faculties who's got 30-40 years experience have told me and which I've seen when I was studying is that in this 9 months of preparation, you will come and attend all the classes. You will learn all the concepts. But everybody writes the first exam straight after 9 months as the main exam. That becomes your practice. That is one thing you have to avoid. I want your mindset to be clear. I want you to approach your CA Inter exactly just like how you approach class 12. As simple as that. Class 12, what did you do? You studied one subject from one book, correct? Did you buy 5 different books? No. One subject, one book, and then you studied the other book, you studied 5-6 times, and then you had one notebook where you take notes, and you wrote multiple tests, attended the class. I want you to follow the exact same approach, what you followed in class 10, what you followed in class 12 for CA Inter, that's all. But the only one difference is you have to be consistent in your efforts. I'll tell you two stories. One from my student life, one from my teacher life. 11 years back, I studied in the same classroom right over here. I was studying law class in Shankara. So it's a journey of 11 years. I want to tell 2 stories. One from my student life. When I was studying for my CA final, in one of the classes I met one guy called Veera. He's my friend. He was from this place called Kadapa in Vijayawada. I mean, near Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. You might have heard of Kadapa. He had a brother and he has parents, and his parents were into farming. They didn't have enough income, so the parents had to take the tough choice to choose between one of their kids to study and one of them to go into farming. So this student called Veera came into CA. His brother, elder brother, was doing agriculture back in the house. So Veera came to Chennai. I met him only in CA final days, but we became good friends. He used to stay in a hostel in Chitrakulam. It's an area in Chennai. For those who are not from Chennai, you will know it's a place. It's a small area with streets and all of that. He stayed in a hostel with about 7 people sharing in one room, like a dome it was. He used to pay just 2,500 per month with food. I went there once to pick him up, and there was only one common sharing bathroom for 30 students. So in the room, the smell was not good, but he used to stay there. Then we used to go to classes. He used to be a below average student. Below average because his schooling is Telugu medium. He did not know English also. Even basic communication, it used to be hard for him. Since he is Telugu, he will manage little bit in Telugu, and we used to somehow communicate. We used to do group studies in our friend's house. He used to come. 5-6 of us used to sit and study for our CA final. And then that time we used to discuss. ஒரு சேர்ந்து படித்தோன்னா என்ன பண்ணுவோம், எல்லாருக்கும் புரியணும்னு சொல்லி படிப்போம். ஸோ அவனுக்கு மட்டும் புரியவே புரியாது. ஸோ 2 times சொல்லுவோம், 3 times சொல்லுவோம், he won't understand. Sometimes we used to feel, why is he doing CA? Because we didn't know, we met him only in CA final. I used to think as a student, எல்லாரும் நினைப்போம், இவன் ஏன் CA பண்ணுறான், இவன் ஏன் CA, we used to get that thought. ஸோ ஐ தாட், இவன் ஏன் CA பண்ணுறான், இவன் ஒன்றுமே ஏற மாட்டேங்குது, பிகாம் ஆல்ரெடி முடிச்சிட்டான், கரஸ்பாண்டன்ஸ், ஒரு பேங்க் ஜாப் போனால் ஒரு 20,000 rupees கிடைக்கும், அந்த வீட்டுக்கு அமிச்சிட்டா அட்லீஸ்ட் ஃபேமிலி வில் பி ஹாப்பி, தே நீட் சம் இன்கம். பட் ஹீ வாஸ் ஸ்டடிங். He wrote a few attempts, he did not clear. He just kept studying. And for example, நாங்கள் சொல்லுவோம், நைட் 1 மணி ஆயிடுச்சு, வீட்டுக்கு போறியா, லேட் ஆயிடுச்சு, இங்கேயே படுத்துக்கிறேன்னா, ஹாஸ்டல் போய் தூங்கினா அது ஒரு டோமாக இருக்கும், ஸ்மெல் இருக்கும். வீட்லேயே சோஃபாவில் தூங்கிடுவோம், எங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் வீட்லேயே சோஃபாவில் தூங்கிடுவோம், அங்கேயே எந்திரிச்சிடுவோம், தென் வீட்டுக்கு போய் ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷாக போய் திருப்பி வந்துடும். ஸோ யூஸ் டு ஸ்டடி. Then when our exam came, we passed, few of my friends passed, few didn't clear. Then we thought he won't clear. But I asked him, what is your life goal? My life goal is to go work in one big bank in Mumbai, and then I want to go abroad and work in UK, London. அவனுக்கு இங்கிலீஷே பேச தெரியாது, ஹிந்தி ஆல்சோ he does not know. He knows only Telugu and he used to manage English. Then after few attempts, but he used to give us hard work. When he wakes up in the morning till night, we'll tell, new movie came, let's go for movie. He won't come, he'll study. If we are traveling in cab, phone la he'll keep studying. So he used to keep studying. To teach him, we have to explain him 5 times. I was thinking 100% he was CA முடிக்க மாட்டான். Honestly, I thought இவன் CA முடிக்க மாட்டான், below average student, how will he clear? Days went by, months went by. After 1-2 years, he cleared both the groups. Honestly, I was shocked. Then he joined one job in Chennai in one firm in T Nagar, salary of 40,000 first job. ஃபேர்மில் ஒன்றுமே பண்ண தெரில, லேப்டாப் யூஸ் பண்ண தெரில, ஏன்னா அவன் ஆர்டிகல்ஷிப்பே போகல 3 years பேக் இன் ஹோம். ஆர்டிகல்ஷிப் போகாமல் அவன் படித்தான். ஹி வாஸ் நாட் ஏபிள் டு லேர்ன் எனி திங் இன் ஹிஸ் ஆஃபீஸ். ஃபஸ்ட் இயர் ஆர்டிகல்ஸ், ஹிஸ் ஜூனியர்ஸ் யூஸ் டு மேக் ஃபன் ஆஃப் ஹிம். ஹி கேம் அண்ட் டோல்ட், Karthik, I don't know what to do, I cleared CA but I don't know anything. I said, it's okay, learn from them, surrender yourself to your juniors, stay 1 year and learn. That learning will give you a lot of value. Then he was learning. After both of us cleared, we lost touch, in the sense we don't talk every day. Once in a few months, we catch up. Then one day I called him, I said, where are you? He said, I'm working in Star Life Insurance in Bangalore, taking home a salary of 75,000 per month. I said, super Veera, that's very great. Are your parents happy? He said, yes, parents are happy. I got them new phone. I got all these things for my brother, he said. This happened pre-COVID. Then COVID again, we were not in touch much. Post-COVID again, I asked him, called him once, what happened? Where are you? He said, I am in Mumbai now, working in HDFC Bank, investment banking sector. I said, what's your salary? He said, my salary is 20 lakhs per year, working in Mumbai. He told me before clearing CA, my dream is to go to Mumbai, and from there it's to go to UK and work in some investment bank. He is now currently in Mumbai, taking a salary of 20 lakhs per year. And I am sure in the next few years, I won't be surprised if he goes to UK. One thing I learned from him is, one thing which changed my perspective is, from that day I decided I can never say nobody can clear CA. Because now when I saw him, I thought he will not clear from a backward place in Vijayawada. But the only thing he did was working hard. 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years, he just kept working hard. Coming to working hard, our course requires your effort for next 4 years. Only if you compare yourself with your friends who are doing engineering, most of us will have friends, non-CA friends இருப்பாங்க எல்லாருக்குமே, கரெக்டாக? எல்லாருக்குமே நான்-CA ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்காங்களா ஸ்கூலில் வந்து இன்ஜினியரிங் பண்ணுவாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு 4 years பார்த்தீங்கன்னா காலேஜ் லைஃப் ஜாலியாக இருக்கும். காலேஜ் லைஃப், if you look at their Instagram stories, if you look at them going out, every week அவங்க இங்கே போவாங்க, நெக்ஸ்ட் மந்த் ஒரு ட்ரிப் போவாங்க. காலேஜ் லைஃப்னா இட்ஸ் சப்போஸ் டு பி ஜாலி. காலேஜ் லைஃப் இஸ் meant to have fun. 4 years they will enjoy their life. But you tell me honestly, not to demean anybody here, how many of your friends or people you know who have finished engineering and are finding it difficult to get a job today? Do you know anybody finding it difficult to get a job which gives them 1-2 lakhs? Unless you have done your engineering from colleges like IIT or VIT, today people are finding it very hard to get job in engineering. But somehow they get a job for 30, 40, 50,000 and then they keep going. It is the 4 years they are enjoying in college life, but after that there is a lot of struggle. You have to do some MS abroad, or there's so many courses you have to do to get a career going. I'm not talking about everybody, but a majority of engineering students faced it. I can say this because my own brother did his mechanical engineering from one of the reputed college in Chennai. I don't want to name. It's been 4 or 5 years since he's done that course, but he hasn't taken a job which he likes or he enjoys most. So he shifted his profession from engineering to something else. He's come into markets and other things. Now, for CA, it's going to be the opposite. The next 4 years of your life, 3 years of articleship, effectively like 1 year of inter and 3 years articleship. I'm rounding off to effectively 4 years. It is going to be hard. It is going to be hard in the sense it's going to be challenging. When I say CA is hard, I promise and I'm going to tell you, the subjects are not hard. Whether it's going to be accounts, law, taxation, anybody can learn. Subjects are not hard. Why people say it's hard and why you have that hype that CA is hard to clear is that 4 months you need to, 4 years you need to give consistent efforts. For example, the next 6 months of classes and after that 2 months of study holidays and then exam in November. Let's focus only for 2023. Now, the next 6 months of class, 2 months of study hall and 1 month of exam, that period, we are going to have a lot of distractions. IPL is going to come. Okay. Then after IPL, Dhoni's last season also. So we'll all be hyped for that. Then after there'll be World Cup, Cricket World Cup is coming this year. Then lot of new movies is coming. Vijay's new movie is releasing in October. Okay. We have a lot of distractions and this distraction is going to be every year. Next year also IPL will be there. Next year I think we have T20 World Cup. Huh? World Test Championship is there. So many things we have, correct? I also enjoy watching movies and cricket. But the thing you have to do is the next 9 months, basically they'll say you have to go into beast mode. You have to forget everything else and you need to focus on studies. And that is not going to be easy mentally. Mentally waking up, classes, studying, eat, sleep is not going to be easy. That is the difficult part. The mental challenge, how they say when you go to a gym and you want to get 6-pack, it's hard to go through that physical fitness journey. Daily 2 hours of gym and eating, it's hard. This is similar in terms of your mental strength. One month, like 2 days, you will see so many people around you having fun that you will suddenly start losing it. Let me go have fun. That is one thing you need to balance. 6 days a week if you're able to study, 1 week you're allowed to take some rest. That is the biggest challenge. And I'll tell you one more small story, last one, from my teacher life. I've been teaching for the past 4.5 years. When I started teaching back in 2018, in the first row in my foundation class, there was one student sitting just over here, first row. That time there was no camera, so I used to walk around. So he was sitting in the first row, that student. And what I usually do in my classes, I change place of students frequently. I make them into teams and I change place so that you get to interact with others. I believe in CA, it's important to network. First day class on the last look on the 9 months you sit in the same place. 9 months mustaan kepa. Do you know his name? Name theriyad sir solving. You need to learn, meet everybody in the class. So he was sitting in the first row. I told him go sit in the last row. He said, Ila sir, I will not go to the last row. I said, no, you can't be adamant. I forcefully lifted him, made him sit in the, not lifted him, but literally I asked him to go and sit in the last row. Then next day the admin came and told, sir, this guy should sit in the first row only, not in the last row. I said, why ma'am, what is wrong? Ma'am told he is blind. He cannot see beyond, in the sense if, for example, if this is the notebook, he has to keep it this close to read. So he had one kind of, not fully blind, 80-85% blind. Okay, so he can't see, if I'm seeing straight, he can't see in the sides. Straight or zoom பண்ணி பார்த்தாதான் தெரியும். So suppose for example phone use பண்றானா இப்படி யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. இப்படி வெச்சு பார்த்தா நம்ம இப்படி கிட்ட வெச்சா you can't see, it strains. You just try keeping it close, no? Try keeping it close, you can't read anything. For him it's opposite. Only if he keeps it close, he can read. Then I understood, okay, I felt bad. I asked him to sit in the first row. Then foundation exams came. He used to understand the concepts well. Law, I used to take law for him that day. He learned it. CA foundation exams came. He got 340 on 400. I was shocked. 340 on 400. He was topper in that class also. Cleared with distinction in foundation. For the only advantage he has is, நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே exam 3 hours. ICA gives him 4 hours because he is physically disabled, and ICA gives him the option that நீ exam எழுதாத, call somebody else, they will write the exam for you. But he did not choose that. அவன் என்ன பண்ணா, நானே எக்ஸாம் எழுதுறேன் டிசைட் பண்ணி கொஷின் பேப்பரை கிட்ட வச்சுட்டு படிச்சுட்டு கிட்ட போய் எழுதுவோம். ஸோ he did that, he got it. Then inter came, CA inter. He studied for inter, whatever classes he took, all that he attended the classes, finished a CA inter with all India rank 6 in the very first attempt. One thing what I learned over there is, I think he did not have to study. His parents told him, you do what you want. Financially parents are well. They said we will support you for anything you want. You don't have to study. There is nobody you have to prove. Correct? நீங்க ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும்னு அவசியமே கிடையாது. பேரண்ட்ஸ் இன்கம் இருக்கு, நீ இப்போ வேணா ரிலாக்ஸ் ஆகும், சும்மா காலேஜ் போ. அவன் காலேஜும் போயிட்டு இருந்தான். He was going to college in Loyola College. அவன் காலேஜும் போயிட்டு இருந்தான். How did he study and clear? When we have everything, we may not be able to do it, we have distractions. He didn't have his one of the most important senses, his sight. He didn't have it fully, but he was determined. அவன் லெட்ஜர் எப்படி தெரியும் இருக்குன்னே கிட்ட போய் பார்த்தா தான் தெரியும். And then he was able to clear with, rank, you leave the rank, first attempt. Two things common in both these stories, whether Veera, who did hard work, or his other name I don't want to tell, in a Google pota vandrum, I don't want to reveal the name. Now, two things common here is, both of them were consistent in their efforts. So I want you, this whole session for me is not for you to teach you the subjects and all of that. That we will take care in class. We have faculties who will come and tell you about subjects. How do you approach them? In each subject, in each class you will learn. For me, what's important is in this session, I want you to lose your fear. Your mindset. Mindset தான் எனக்கு ரொம்ப important. CA-னா பயம்னு சொல்கிறீங்களா, அந்த பயம் எடுத்துடணும். That fear should go away. And second thing, that fear will go away only if you know that anybody can pass this course. I am not lying about Veera or anybody else. I can give you their number, you can call and talk to them if you have that doubt. So the thing is, you need to remove that fear. And in school, what mindset you had? 12th, நான் definitely pass ஆக போகிறேன். 90 80 தான் question. That same mindset, you need to bring it in CA course. And you need to have that same consistent effort. Consistent effort right from day one. Sir, okay sir, first 2 months நான் சரியா படிக்கல சார், மார்ச் ஏப்ரல் போயிடுச்சு சார். ஸோ இப்போ assume you're in May. சார் நான் first 2 months class வந்தேன், நான் சரியாக படிக்கல, நான் கிளாஸ் மட்டும் வந்தேன், வீட்டுக்கு போய் நான் படிக்கவே இல்லை. வாட் கேன் ஐ டூ? ஃப்ரம் மே யூ பி கன்சிஸ்டன்ட். வாட் ஹேப்பன் இன் த பாஸ்ட் யூ டென்ட் டூ வெல், ஓகே லீவ் இட், அட்லீஸ்ட் த நெக்ஸ்ட் 4 months left you have to be consistent. The problem is, what I've seen many students do is, கிளாஸ்லாம் முடிஞ்சிடும் ஆகஸ்ட்டில், செப்டம்பர் ஃபஸ்ட் வீக் வருவான், சார் நான் இப்போ வரைக்கும் கிளாஸ் வந்தேன் சார், எதுவுமே படிக்கல, 2 months இருக்குது, எப்படி பாஸ் ஆகணும்னு கேட்பான். எப்படி பாஸ் ஆகணும்? பாஸ் ஆக முடியாது. லாஸ்ட் 2 months நீ படிச்சேன்னா, if you're studying only last 2 months for a course which is structured for 6 to 8 months of syllabus, it's going to be very hard. Sir, எனக்கு ஒரு பையன் தெரியும் சார், 2 months ஃபஸ்ட்டு பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டான். They are exceptions. Sachin Tendulkar is an exception. Can we all be Sachin? No. Dhoni is an exception. Can we all be Dhoni? They say use example of Dhoni role model, Sachin role model. Good, enjoy, but we can't be them. Correct? It's an exception. 1 in a billion. That cannot be a success story. You are saying Mark Zuckerberg college drop out பண்ணி Facebook start பண்ணோம், சரி நம்மளும் drop out பண்ண என்ன ஆகும்? They are all exceptions. The word exception means 1 among a billion. You should feel okay, fine, they are lucky, okay, பார்த்து விட்டுறணும். The common people, சார் நான் கண்டக்டராக இருக்கேன், நான் ரஜினிகாந்த் ஆக போகிறேன். Can every conductor become Rajinikanth? No. They are all exceptions. They were fortunate in some way, lucky in some way, blessed in some way. So we cannot follow the route of what exceptions followed. You need to follow which is a standard success model for majority of people, which is consistency in the next 6 to 8 months. So I'm going to close by saying 2 things I want you to take home. Mindset, be relaxed and enjoy your studies. We are all seeing Dhoni as role model. I'll end with one quote which Dhoni always tells, and which is actually true. I'm sure everybody knows that he tells that do not focus on the result. Focus on what, guys? Process. Do not care about the exam in November. Do not care about whether exam will be hard. Do not care about how they will correct your paper. because none of this is in your control. Focus on the process that's in your control. The process is the next 8 months of your preparation. Don't even focus about 8 months. Today am I waking up, attending class, studying. Today's process, tick. Tomorrow am I waking up, studying, attending class, tick. Day after am I waking up, attending class, studying, tick. Weekly am I writing my test, attending, whatever score I'm getting, tick. That's your process. If you do that every day for 8 months, you don't have to worry about the results. As simple as that. As simple as that. That's one thing I want you to follow. And take away the fear. Enjoy learning the subject. Do anything out of passion. You will not feel the burden at all. The subject is so beautiful. With so many concepts when we learn, focus only on the concepts. Rest will fall into place. So that's all I would like to say. So any doubts you guys have, anything related to subject, feel free to ask me. Subject, I'm sure you guys know, or I will again repeat. We have totally in CA Inter 8 papers. I'm sure you all know 8 papers. Split into 2 groups, Group 1 and Group 2, 4 plus 4. You can write both together, or you can choose to write Group 1 and Group 2 together. I'm sure you all know this, but I'm just repeating for benefit of doubt if somebody is not clear. You need to pass in all the 4 papers to clear your Inter, and your average should be 50%. And to pass it's 40. We don't have to worry about the pass mark because our target is going to be 70 plus. That has to be our target. If you think about passing, if you expect 40, in life, if you expect something, we always get above expectation. Whatever you expect in life, what do you get? Below expectation. You expect 40, you're only going to end up getting 30. You expect 70, 80, get 60, be happy. As simple as that. That's it. That's all I want you to do. So enjoy this 8 months. If you are very scared, vandanale bayama irukku CA na, and the fearly if you study, we lose out on a lot of things. Enjoy this next 8 months. I want you to cherish, light, enjoy. Subject is easy. If you are light, the subject will ease into you. So just enjoy this next 8 months. Take it like a journey, and a journey that you will not forget for the rest of your life. It will be worth it. It will all be worth it. So thank you so much, guys. Welcome again to CA Inter and Sankara Coaching Center. Any doubts you guys have, feel free to ask me. I will anyway see you in classes. But before that, yes, any doubts, you can ask me, guys. Anyone, any doubts? Nobody has a doubt. Doubt. No worries, I want the class to be interactive. Class la pathakalam, doubt keklana, doubt keklu. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. I'll again hand over to Sangeeta.
Going apart from subject, okay. Apart from subject and classes, few things from administration part which I would want to let you know. Class leave போட்டா என்ன பண்றது? அடி வாங்குவீங்க. Recorded class, recorded backup will be given. How many days it is going to be given? It is going to be given for 5 days. Full inter இருக்குல்லப்பா, என்ன அந்த பேக்கப்போ அது மட்டும். ஓகேவா? If you're going to take leave, I will give backup of that particular day's recording for the which will be available for you for next 5 days. In case you are taking a long break, not advisable. Again, it is not advisable. கல்யாணத்துக்காக ஒரு வாரம் லீவ் போடுறது, அக்கா கல்யாணம், தங்கச்சி, நோ. அதுக்கும் மேற்பட்டு சித்தப்பாக்கு, நோ, நாட் அட் ஆல். அவங்கெல்லாம் கணக்கிலே வரக்கூடாது. சரியா? வாட் எவர் ஹேப்பன்ஸ் ஃபார் யுவர் இமீடியட் ஃபேமிலி, immediate family la appa amma brother sister, in case any problem, yes, you have to take care of them. adukku edavadhu leave agina appadina okay, well and good, but apart from that, don't plan for any extended leave right now, because whatever time is now with you, very very crucial. இந்த 6 months எப்படி நீங்கள் யூஸ் பண்ணுறது, எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ண போகிறீங்க அப்படின்றத வச்சு தான் லாஸ்ட் 2-3 months உங்களோட ரிவிஷன் வந்து அமைய போகுது. நான் இன்கேஸ் நீங்கள் எக்ஸ்டெண்டடாக வந்து லீவ் எடுக்கிறீங்க, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஐ வில் சே 4 days லீவ் எடுக்கிறீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க இல்லையா, ஃப்ரைடே சாட்டர்டே சண்டே மண்டே, தட் இஸ் த பேட்டர்ன் வி யூஸ்வலி டேக், இஸ்ன்ட் இட்? அப்படி லீவ் எடுக்கும்போது 4 days of classes, approximately one day class will come to 4.5 to 5 hours, around 20 hours of recorded class இல்லையா. அதை நீங்கள் 5th day பார்க்க முடியாது கண்டிப்பாக. Appo what happens is, fifth day whatever is going to be taught inside the classroom, there will be a backlog, isn't it? And 4 days or 20 hours recorded backup, and நீங்கள் பார்த்து முடிச்சு திருப்பி லைன் அப்பில் வரதுக்கு you have to take double the amount of efforts. Okay, so it is advisable whenever there's an health issue, லைட்டாக தலை வலிக்குது அதனால லீவ் போட்டேன், no, make sure you are there, your physical presence is there within the classroom. Okay, in case romba mudila அப்படினா try to come online. Everyone knows, right, we have a physical class, we have an online session also going parallelly, and then we'll have this recorded backup. Things are available, solution is there, but my point is that solution நான் கொடுத்தாலும் அதை நீங்கள் யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாத மாதிரி ஒரு சிச்சுவேஷனில் போயிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா no one can help. Okay, that I want to mention it to you from the admin team. Any other doubt with regard to this particular area? Leave அது இது எதுவும் கிடையாது இல்லையா? So once again I am repeating it, only 5 days it will be given. 5 daysக்குள்ளே நீங்கள் பார்த்து முடிக்கணும். அதை பார்த்து முடிக்கல அப்படின்னா maybe on personal request from your parent I will extend it to another 3 days. Understood? Okay, any clarity required on this? No, well and good. Thank you. Thank you for the time. I'll just call upon Rahul sir to address you now.
Right. Very good morning, warriors. Morning. How many of you know me now? Oh, you're all foundation, right? We came for that day. We had a lovely... we all had a good interaction. But yes, for those who don't know me, my name is Rahul. No sir and all. Doesn't work with me. Okay, you can look at my face itself and you can come and imagine this is not going to happen with me. No Rahul sir and all. Purely Rahul is what I work with. I'm going to basically be a part of your Group 1 syllabus. Yes, does anyone know what do I take? Very good. I take the direct tax subject of this Group 1. If you understand, I think your seniors would have already briefed you well, so I don't have to do much about it. But there are 4 subjects, right? In that 4 subjects, in the 4th subject, half of it is what is my responsibility for you. While I say the word half, unfortunately in Group 1, this is the most toughest paper. Yes, and that's where I kick into picture. That's where my job comes into picture. My, at least roadmap to clear to you is that I make things easier when it is difficult. That's what I take up as a challenge and that's what I stand up for. Okay, but keeping all that aside, I think I just wanted to clarify to you what you're doing in right now. I think everyone writing, which attempt? Is there a doubt on that? Is everyone having a doubt on which attempt you're writing? Can I hear a voice on what attempt you're writing? Anyone going planning before that, after that? No, right? Anyone planning for May batch? You want to join me on the next course? Anyone planning for next May? No, right? Anyone having the thought right away? No? You have not even completed your foundation yet, yes? You have a certificate at home? You have your pass certificate at home? You have your mark sheet at home? That is enough, man. Indian Contract Act, online things also work for you. படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? ஹலோ, படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? ஏன் டவுட்டாக இருக்குது எனக்கு. ஃபவுண்டேஷன் பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? இல்லை சம்மன் பொட்டென்ஷியல் பாஸ் அவுட் அதனால் இப்போ வரப்போகிறேன், இன்னும் ரிசல்ட் வரல, அந்த மூடில் தான் இருக்கீங்க. ஐயோ சிஏ வந்துட்டேனா அந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ ஃபீலிங் இருக்கா? நோ, ரைட்? ஓகே, கிரேட். See, the point is very simple. You have already completed a good amount of foundation for you, but yes, some people might have already told you, you have just started the road. Yes, things are going to be very difficult from here going forward. And the reason why it is difficult is not because it is all different. It's because we have just grown 2 horns. That's all. Yes, people have already now started thinking that you have all become very, what? Self-independent. I know what is better in life. I can have how many girlfriends, boyfriends I want. Yes, I know when to go out. I know when to come back home. My parents don't know anything. I know everything better in life. I can do everything better in life. Nothing has changed. Okay? Just yesterday you were a foundation student, pass out of 12th. Yes, today just because you passed foundation doesn't mean that life has changed and now you have become a super senior citizen. Nothing has happened. Okay, you're still that old kid at home and I want you to remain that practice. I want you to work with that practice for the next 4 years at least. Okay, until you qualify CA, you're as worthless as a 12th standard student. There is no second thought about it. Yes, the day when you pass your CA, that day you go, you shout ooh and all, everything will happen. Yes, but until that time, you're as worthless as a 12th standard student. You need to work with that logic. You need to work with that logic because I have this kind of fear which I see in most of the people. You see that batch, no? I will take you through the other batch. When we started that batch, we came with 55, 65 people. Now there are only 4 people sitting there. It's not because we are doing bad. I can test you, I can tell you, assure you, Shankara is not doing bad. You know who's doing bad? You know who's doing bad? The ego is doing bad. Even the student is not doing bad. The ego is doing bad. That's the biggest problem which happens with the market. You know, you start with a big expectation. You start the CA Inter, boss, iniki rank danda. Naalukku varum paru. Next November rank danda na archi thukren. And then 2 months later, one subject will get over. You will be like, day, exemption da. No da. Now I am focused. Da. Exemption only will come in my hand. And then suddenly what will happen? You come 1 more month down the line. One group is over, and then you are like. ஒரு group மட்டும் skip பண்ணிடலாம். I think this group 1 I will properly prepare. 3 months I will solidly sit and I will prepare for group 1 and I will pass group 1 and next attempt I will do group 2. By the time that also gets over, you know what will happen? What will happen? I think CA is a wrong choice. My friends are enjoying in life. Why am I not enjoying in life? I also want to go club party and everything. Let me drop everything. Let me go back to college. Let me do this. Let me do that. Anyway, college backup வச்சிருக்கேன்ல. What is the problem? அங்க போய் கொஞ்சம் ஜாலியா இருந்திருக்கலாம். Why am I doing this course? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah, no da. There is no. Yes. The point is very simple. All this change in life and all this phase happens only when you start thinking too much. You know, when you start having this kind of thought in life that you have become all matured, you know everything in life, you can make your own decisions. You cannot. You cannot at this point of time make your own decisions. Work with that. Yes. I am still standing here at the age of 24 and I can still tell you I am dependent on my parents. Not that I'm asking them money and everything, not that the kind, but I still do not make my own decisions in life because I feel I can very easily get swayed away. Yes, Indian Contract Act, minor, what? Minor competent, not competent? Huh? You're minor, major, right? Major writing now. Is everyone 18 plus? Less than 18, no? 18 plus. Anyone less than 18? About to become 18? Very good. Yes, these are the kind of people who generally get swayed away very soon. I cleared my inter at the age of 18. I think 17 and a half, to be very clear actually. I cleared my inter at the age of 17 and a half. I cleared my finals at the age of 21. Pretty much the youngest CA. Pretty much. Yes. I mean, there are people who have cleared CA at 18 also. That's a different story. They did double promotions and all, never skipped the class and all. That's a different story altogether. I'm the same. The point is very simple. At this age also, I still do not have that kind of confidence on myself because it is not required. It is not required. As long as you feel like you are dependent on someone, as long as you feel like you can handle things, the better you did it in your 12th standard, then only life can work it better. You have done almost around 8 to 10 papers in 12th, if you really actually notice about it. Yes or no? Yes or no? Subjects itself had multiple subjects inside it. Yes, social had 3 more subjects. Science had 5 more subjects. I don't know what physics was. I don't know what law of inertia is. What is Newton's third law of motion? நான் போறேன் அவ்வளவுதான் கிளம்ப போடு. இதுல there is some resistance coming, there is some force coming, there is an F is equal to ma. I don't know what nonsense it is. நாங்க எப்படியாச்சும் படிச்சு பாஸ் ஆயிட்டோம்ல. Then what is difficult here? Nothing is difficult here. The point is very simple. You have to think that way. Okay? The intention should be very simple at this point of time itself. The attempt which you are writing is November 23 and that's the only attempt you are writing for. Yes, you go with that logic is when you can answer your things better. You have 2 groups to handle, yes or no? No. You have 8 papers to handle, that's all. No. That is the biggest mistake which most of the people do. You come with the kind of thought saying that you have 2 groups to handle and you will complete 2 groups. Answer is no. That's the biggest mistake which you make. The mistake you make is you tell you have 2 groups to handle. Things are already out there itself. Because now you have a choice. The moment you are given choices, you will make choices. And you know you are not good in choices, yes or no? If you were, you will never be in CA. Is that a good choice or bad choice? It's a good choice. It's a good choice. Either you make it or your parents make it or someone else makes it in life, it doesn't matter. You have made the best choice in life because this is one of the most respectful courses here there is. Yes or no? At the age of 24, if I can stand in front of you and I can have that much of command on things, it's because of the respect which the course has given me. That's the kind of respect you're looking for right now. Yes? And the only way the respect comes is when you have confidence on yourself and the way you don't make choices for yourself. Yes? You start with the clear intention that you have only 8 papers. And that's how you have to answer it, which means the 8 papers have a target deadline of November 23. That's all. November 23 is your target deadline for 8 papers. You complete your 8 papers in November 23 and that's when your next journey starts for CS. 3 years. Okay. Maybe 3 years, maybe 2 years. Things are changing right now. We don't know what is happening for the good or bad of it. So you have a new journey starting for CA finals. Yes. That is the whole clear intention in mind. That's all. You start your classes right now. I don't know when your class is starting. May, March, March first week. Very good. March first week. I think I will inaugurate the batch most likely. Again, morning, early morning. You'll see my face only most of the days. Yes, early morning. Most of the days it'll be my face along with one other faculty of accounts. So that is how your intention class will going on. At 6 a.m. in the morning, when you get up, you should have that kind of thought that you're going for a class because you're loving it. That is what my responsibility is. Okay. I will ensure from my side that when you come to the class, you leave the class with a smile on the face. How to make it happen is what I will take care of. That is not your responsibility. But after you end the class on 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 9 to 5, whatever your slot is, going back home and taking care of your own responsibility is your own responsibility. Clear? Clear? Yes. Giving a brief about my subject, I am taking the subject called as direct taxes. You might have not heard about this subject in the past. You might have heard about a lot of other subjects. Direct tax is one thing which you have never done in life. Yes, in 12th standard also you might have done accounts, costing, FM, in ways or the other. You might have done law also in your foundation, but there's one subject which you have never handled is direct taxes. You have another subject called indirect taxes, not my area of expertise, but again, the more tougher subject is the direct taxes subject. This subject in a very simple terms is what you're going to do in your market after you qualify, whether you like it or not. No matter which CA you become, you go to someone and you come and say, I'm only doing auditing services, I'm only doing accounting services. No one cares. No one cares. The one thing once people will come and say is, boss, if you are a CA, you should know to file my return, that's all. No second thought about it, okay? You go and sit in an MNC, you do a CFO job also. That one thing which will happen is one local auntie will come to you and they'll come and say, CA pass I tell her, return file panita. That is what will happen. Yes? So this is one of the most toughest, but at the same time, the most interesting, the most funniest, and the most required subject when it comes to your practical load. Yes? You're going to handle a subject called direct taxes. Does someone know what does the subject mean? Okay, we're using synonyms or what? What do you mean direct taxes?
It's being levied on you and you have to pay it.
Levied on you for what?
For
Earning what? Simple terms, tax levied on your income. In a very layman terms, tax on your income. This is the notion which I'm going to break on the first day. Okay? This is the bad notion which you have that tax is levied on your income. This is the first thing which I'll break on the first day of your class. We'll enjoy the class on the first day. You have a lot of videos coming in, you have a lot of memes coming in, a lot of pictures coming in, a lot of adult talks coming in maybe for that matter also. Yes, we'll have all that kind of enjoyment also. I mean, I will not tell it out, definitely not tell it out. You will understand from the lot of it. Yes, we'll enjoy it in that model. Understand, for those who people were thinking that CA is a tough course, you have, strict faculties coming to you. They will teach you only the toughest of the part. They will come, they'll explain the provision. You have to understand, interpret on your own. Nothing is required. Nothing is required. We are here to make your life easier. Yes, as much as you people would understand, CA was a self-study course. That is the biggest problem. It was a self-study course. The reason it was a self-study course is because that time you didn't have to read anything. You just had to go read, mug up, vomit, and come back. That's where we come into picture, right? We are not here to just make it easier for you for exam perspective. We are also here to make it ready for the market, right? Tomorrow when you exit your inter also, you should have so much of knowledge that you go to your articleship firm and you're able to project your skills in such a way that you are ready, selected, and impressed as a CA then and there itself. Yes, that is what we come into picture. Reading a book at home is never a challenge. You can do it on your own also. What to understand from the book and how to read it better is what we are coming into picture, right? That's what our responsibility comes into picture, and that's what we will take care for you. Any doubts, anyone? No doubts? No doubts? Yes. I don't have much to say. Is there any questions which is there? Any questions you have in mind? No? We are ahead of schedule today, is it? Yes, never happens. Point is very simple. Your classes are starting on 1st March. Yes, and you are in the morning slot, which is a 7 to 1 slot, right? We will start at dot 7. Okay, we will start at dot 7. I want that kind of impression coming on you. Please make that as a practice. Dot 7 is when we start. Dot 1 is when we will complete. Okay. In the middle, what happens is what we will take care of. Yes. What is your responsibility is after 1 o'clock. Your responsibility starts after 1 o'clock. What to do after 1 o'clock is also something which we will take care for you. But at the same time, the 7 to 1 is a slot which we will make sure that you enjoy your life and go. Yes. We have created a set of dynamic faculties for you. We have changed the status quo, at least at Sankara. For that matter, you might have gone it through various other academies and you might have seen that a lot of experienced senior citizens coming and taking the subject for you. I'm not going to deny, I'm not going to say they're bad, I'm not going to say we are good. The only point is that after a certain point of experience, the connect between the students is lost, right? They might not understand the students better as much as they understand the subject. So while they may be able to deliver the subject to you, they might not be able to connect to you. That's where we took a different approach. The faculties right now at Sankara, the whole 8 set of faculties which you have are all the dynamic young faculties. We have, I don't have a one faculty beyond 30 years of age, I guess, is it? We don't have even a single faculty beyond the age of 30, which means faculties who cleared at 21 to 30. Right? Faculties are of those levels. Every faculty is young and dynamic. The reason is very simple. We wanted to connect with you better. Right? There has been instances in my past batches at least that I at an age of 21 was taking a class and students at the age of 25 were sitting in front of me also. Things have been like that. The point is very simple. We wanted to connect with you better. We feel we understand you better. We feel we understand the market better. We feel we know how to put it into your head in a different model also. Right? If it doesn't happen on the subject wise, we know how to use different kind of examples also to make it work for you. That is what we will take care for you. So we have that kind of approach. Keeping that in mind, it does not mean that we do not come with experience. We have come with a good amount of experience. I at least have around 7 years of experience in the subject right now. I've started my articleship with this subject and I'm ending this, I am at least ending my career with this subject only to that matter. So I'm coming with a good amount of experience and we come with a structured materials also with you. Okay. So for those people who have this worry, Rahul, ICI material has not come to me, I don't know from where to read, don't worry. The moment that material comes to your home, it's going to sit in the dust, walk in the dust, that's all. We have done all our inters like that only. Okay. There will be very few faculties of ours who will come and say that there will be a subject, we need your study material for it. Apart from that, the faculties have ensured that we made the best of the materials for you. I will try to show it to you someday, maybe if there is a given time. But we have made the best of the materials with more colorful, more impressions, whatever you call it. Yes, with the most excitement of it, we have tried to make those kind of materials for you so that we first break that notion that CA is a tough course and it needs all professionals to be there. We try to make it as simple as 12th standard for you, and that's what our target is. Yes, if we can bring you back to the same school mode, that's where I think we have achieved our targets, and that's what we are going to work around with together. Yes, two kinds of things which I need from you. First of all, be true to yourself. Okay, this is the first thing which I expect from any student. Do not be harsh to yourself. I will give you simple examples. I have seen people who have actually scored 100 in 12th and have failed as worst as in foundation subject with the same kind of thing. CBSE 12th standard students failing foundation is almost a sin. Almost a sin. Because you might realize that apart from law, every other subject is already covered in 12th. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, 12th standard CBSE students will at least vouch with me. Most of the things which you have in foundation is the same thing which you had in your 12th standard. Is there any difference? And people have still failed. The reason is very simple, they took it very lightly. Okay? These kind of people came with that kind of confidence that I don't need to do foundation because I've already done it 12th standard. They skipped their classes, they went, they enjoyed life. 12th standard in the morning, you don't know, 6 o'clock in the morning, your parents are thinking you're coming to class. Your parents are only thinking you're coming to the class. You don't know where you're going. Okay? People are going to beaches, Marina Beach, Pakatle, going, sitting, enjoying in life, nothing, not happening. Okay? First of all, be honest to yourself, be true to yourself. This course can take a toll on you. I can make it very clear to you, it can take a toll on you. Okay? You might understand the subject very well, but if you are not honest to yourself, there is someone on the top who can play around with you. Okay? So let's not do that kind of chances also. Be true to yourself. If you have dedicated yourself to come for a class, I want you to be in class. Simple as that. Okay? No swaying away, no going there, no going here, no going there, nothing is happening. You are going to be to the class if you have planned to come to the class. If you have not planned to come to the class, there can be only two reasons. Either you're unwell or you don't like the faculty. There can be only two reasons. Is there any third reason you can think of? Anyone? Take a wild guess. No? I can't think of. There can be only two reasons. Either you're unwell or your faculty is not good. Because no matter how lazy you are in life, if the faculty can make an impression on you, you will ensure that you come to the class. Right? Yes or no? So the second thing is what we will take care of. Second thing is what we will take care of. We will ensure that the classes are interesting enough that it makes you excited to come to the class on the first day. That is what we will take care of. Consistency is what we want from you. Okay? The kind of thought from your head saying that no boss, I can capture it tomorrow, I can capture it day after tomorrow, like Sangeeta ma'am said, skipping certain classes, bulking it up, making it on the future, I will take care of it in the future, you will lose track. You will definitely lose track. The only reason you can take a leave is only because if you are unwell. That's all. That is the only reason you can take a leave. Otherwise, you are not eligible to take a leave if you want to clear November. I make it very clear to you. Okay. You still are coming with the thought that you want another attempt, please be my guest. I don't have a worry about it. But if you're coming with a November thought, the answer is very simple. You are being consistent, you are being true to yourself. Yes or no? Yes or no? So I expect everyone to be in the class on that day when you're expected to be on the class on that very day. I expect you to be honest to yourself, first of all. Okay? There is a lot of things going into picture. You might think that you are the only one struggling here, but you do realize that there are a lot of people on the back who are also struggling along with you. Can you name a few? Can you name a few? Can you name a few people whom you think are responsible also on the back of you? It's your own success, is it? Do you think CA you clear only by your own guts? Who are the other people involved into it? First and the foremost, your parents. Next. Next. Sorry? Friends. If you get friends like that, tell me also more. Faculties. Two of the most important people in life. Your parents make sure that you're physically good. Your faculties ensure that you're almost like a second parents. Yes, they're almost like a second parents. Understand, we coming here at 6 o'clock in the morning for you. You are right now doing this course only for a period of 9 months. Yes or no? Yes or no? After this 9 months, you might come for a class, you might not come for a class, your schedule might change, you might become 9:30 a.m. guy, 10 a.m. guy, sleep till 12 o'clock in the evening, it doesn't matter. A faculty here is at 6 o'clock every single day for the last how many years he's taking a class. Imagine the struggle we are going through, right? There's a lot of people putting their efforts behind you, not because we need something out of you. The only thing we want is your success. That is the only thing which we are looking for, and you need to appreciate that first, right? There are two people very importantly working on you, your parents and your faculties. Your faculties are working here, your parents are working at your home. You might not realize. Someday you might come and say, I'm getting up in the morning, my parents are not doing anything for me. The struggle which they're going on the days of exams is what you will realize. Go through maybe a month back when you wrote your foundation. Foundation exams were a month back, almost about a month back. Yeah, almost about a month back. Imagine those kind of days, no? That 4 days when you were writing your exams. You think you were the only one in pain those days? Yes? Think back, no? Think back a little bit. Do you think the only ones you were there on the pain that day? That day, the days when your parents were sitting till 12:30 in the night, 1:30 in the night, making food for you, getting you ready, going and dropping you in the class premises for your exams, waiting outside the exam hall, waiting for your hopes, coming home, praying for things like that. Here there are faculty sitting here, praying, doing crash courses for you, fast track courses for you, giving you tests and all that. Imagine the kind of pain we have gone through. The pain which you people are going through is very minimal of it. Trust me, it's very minimal of it, right? There are a lot of people behind it and you need to respect that first. Yes, the kind of respect which you're looking for is not for yourself, it's for the other people. Because there are a lot of people putting faith on you and the faith is not something which should be taken away from you. Yes or no? Yes, so first of all, be true to yourself. Second of all, be honest to others. Okay, the kind of people whom you should be around should be around. Your friends, I don't know, ma. If you have friends who are supportive to you, well and good. I have never found a person in my life. Never ever found a person in my life. I have gone through the journey where, I had people who were sitting with me and now the people are still sitting with me, but then they're still doing foundation and I'm right now as a faculty. Right? It's been like what? I think I cleared in 2019, I guess, but I started my journey in 2015. So it's been around 8 years now. It's been about 8 years. After 8 years, I am right now sitting as a faculty for the past 3 years and there are friends of mine who are still sitting in foundation. Right? Things change that devastatingly. You might realize it someday. At the age of 17 when you're sitting here, you might see around you, there are people about 21, 22 also sitting next to you, but they're your batchmates. You see the margin difference? Yes, tomorrow it will so happen that you will still be sitting here only. And there'll be more people coming at the age of 15 and 16 and you will become in their position. Understand that kind of pain, no? That is never an easy pain. It's never an easy pain. You have been given only one chance. Make the best use of it, right? If you have tried to clear CA Inter at the age of November, that is the end of the road, nothing different. You coming back for another batch is painful not just for you, it's painful for us, it's painful for your parents as well. Let's not make that kind of mistakes, right? We do not want to see new faces, right or not? Right or not? We want to see the same kind of batch faces going until the very end of finals and then clearing finals and then coming back to us and saying, Rahul, I've come to your position, let's have a treat together. That's the kind of impression which you make. The other impression which you can only make is, Rahul, I'm sitting here with 5 years, I like your classes, so I'm sitting here every class I'm sitting and doing with you. You can be either, right? Never helps, never helps. Be extra careful about where you are standing and be extra careful about where you are going. Yes, that is what is the most important. Have a clear thought about where you want to reach. Have a very clear thought about where you want to reach and the end destination will become easier as it is, right? If you have doubts on yourself, things will go down south there itself. So let's not have doubts on yourself, but at the same time, let's not be choiceable also. Let's not make choices in life. Let's take things as it comes to you. If there are 8 papers to you, you only have 8 papers to you. You do not have 2 groups. Let's make that very clear to yourself. Yes or yes? Can I hear a yes? Yes. Any doubts, anyone? No? I have another class going on, so I've just left them and I've come back. Your seniors are basically in the other class. Okay, if you want to see the pain in their eyes, you please join me. I will let you. Okay? But I don't want to see that pain in your eyes. Okay, so let's not have that kind of pain. I'm telling you this right now because I know 3 months later down the line when I'm completing the batch, I will ask the same question to all of you. Ask the very same question to all of you, and that day I'll be like, "Dey, pace nanda." Yes, that is the kind of excitement which I have. I always feel good to be right. I always have that kind of, and there are very few people who can make me wrong. There are very few people who can make me wrong. So I always have that kind of excitement, when I come to people and I come and say, "Dey, na sonna ni maranditiya pattiya." Right? That is what is happening in the other class. You come and join me for another half an hour, I'll tell you. I asked a very simple question. That is 3 months back I told you, you will forget this. Have you forgot? They will smile at my face and they'll say, yes, I forgot. And that kind of happiness which I'll have in my eyes is very different. You see, there are very few people who can feel me wrong. And I want you to be that batch. I'm still looking for that kind of people who can make me feel wrong. Right? Most of the people who make me feel wrong is only after they clear. After they clear, they come back and they say, Rahul, that last 15 days of study leave is when I put my heart into it and I actually cleared and I got to that position which you wanted me to be. But I'm like, you're already late, boss. Right? If you would have come a little earlier, I would have given a chocolate at least. On 15 days, what will you give me? Now 15 days later, you pass and you are only going to give me a treat. I'm not giving you anything in return. Yes or no? Make me feel wrong. I will feel excited about that also. I don't know. I don't know what is the fear of defeat. I've never failed. I don't know how to fail. I don't know. I mean, that's the biggest problem. I've cleared everything in the first attempt. I'm doing classes properly. Faculties also are very nice to me. Everyone is doing very nice. My students are never answering to me. So I'm always happy, There is no defeat for me in life. I'm still looking for that batch who can give me that kind of sense of defeat. Can you try? Sound itself is not good enough. Ipe lost is already gone. Do you want to try? Yes, sir. Let's try that. On March 1st, I think most probably it should be my first class. I should come back and I will have a lot of excitement on those days. Right? Let's meet on 1st March and let's see where we go around the road. Clear? Thank you, people. Have a wonderful day.